Search and Rescue Podcast, where we discuss all things related to hiking and search and rescue in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, occasionally including the counties of Belknap, something like that, and Coos, wait, or is it Coos County? Whatever. Here are your hosts, Mike, Nick, and Stomp.
Hey! A lot of people. Good amount of people.
Check. So we were hiking on the Belknaps and we got straight back, and this lady was like, "Oh, are you Mike and Nick or whatever?" And she's like, "I went to the Reckless show," and she's like, "I listen to the podcast every week, and we do that drop, the shearing drop. Do you have that with you?"
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
I
do
do
that drop for a second.
She's
like, "I'm the one that screams the loudest in the drop." So she's like, "I hear myself." She's like, "I hear myself every week when you guys do that." Yeah.
She has a loud laugh.
Oh, and I was like, "Yeah, you are definitely the loud one for sure." So, but as Stomp was doing this, I just realized I didn't do a show intro. Normally, I'll do like "Welcome to the episode 230," but I didn't write one out. So.
Are you plugging into ChatGPT?
No, but I'm just going to go through. I'm going to wing it. So,
right.
Which we do a lot of now.
You can do it.
So we are going to this episode here. We're going to welcome back Stomp. So we're gonna get an update on what Stomp's been up to, and then we're going to welcome Forrest and Caroline, and we're going to talk to them a little bit, and then we're going to talk with Randy from Enjoy. Randy, you're okay. Randy's a tall guy. I'm not going to miss him. So, so we'll talk to Randy a little bit about. Enjoy Woodstock, and then we are going to give an update on Dave Shits in the Woods and his Appalachian Trail adventures, which will be good. And I sent him like a text message interview, and then he sent me back War and Peace. So we have a lot of updates. And then we've got some New Hampshire stuff that we're going to talk about. We'll talk about recent hikes. So we've been on the Belknaps today, and then Nick went to Mount Greylock, and then what else are we going to do? I got some history stuff. You guys like history? Yeah. So I got a little bit on the old man on the mountain, and then a little bit on Lincoln as well. And that's it. And then we'll have some witty banter too.
Yes.
So I'm Mike.
And I'm Nick.
And I'm Stomp.
Let's get started.
Let's get started!
Listen to the laugh.
All right, so what am I doing here? Okay, so Alzheimer's Association, 48 Peaks.
All right. I'm forgetting that I have a copy on my spreadsheet, and I'm looking at your screen. Use your passion for hiking to end Alzheimer's. Join 400-plus hikers as they climb New Hampshire's 4,000 footers or create their own challenge to support the mission of the Alzheimer's Association. The annual hiker celebration will be Saturday, June 13th at Ledge Brewing with raffles, food, and an amazing community. Hike that weekend or any day you want this summer. No fundraising minimums, but those who raise $125 will receive the annual performance grade t-shirt and a ticket for the hiker celebration. Let's turn the White Mountains purple to end alls. Visit alls.org/48peaks to learn more. And if anybody or any of you here are interested in hiking with us on June 13th, we're going to be doing Mount Adams with the SLASR podcast team. Should be a good crew. Mike, me, Nobby, Andy.
Maybe me.
Maybe Stomp.
Maybe Stomp. We'll get to that.
Hopefully
if I get carried up.
Has anybody signed up for our team here? You have?
Oh, awesome.
Okay, awesome.
Right, there we go.
Amy's going to be there.
Yeah, we got Jay.
So
we got Jay, too. Don't forget Jay.
Jay's going to be there as well.
Yeah,
so
we got Jay.
It's $1,000 fundraising minimum this year, so sorry if you haven't.
We want to win.
No, I think it's just if anybody's interested, definitely sign up. And if you're scared to hike Mount Adams or something like that, then we'll drag you up there. You'll be fine.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
But yeah, check out our website and our social media if you want to sign up there. And then eventually I'll get my act together and actually send out an email. Every year I get someone that's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, I know it's mid-May, but we'll figure it out. So, and then our next sponsor is Reckless Brewing.
So for those who spend their days navigating the granite peaks and unpredictable weather of the White Mountains, the trail truly doesn't end at the parking lot. It ends at Reckless Brewing Company. Located in the heart of Bethlehem, Reckless serves as the unofficial headquarters for the tired, the muddy, and the bold. It's where trail stories are swapped over a massive menu of mountain-sized meals and pints of craft beer brewed for the North Country soul. When the hike is over and the gear is stowed, Reckless is where the adventure truly settles in. Reckless Brewing Company, the finish line for every White Mountain trek.
Didn't we have something about like their Mountain Fest?
We have Wreckfest.
Wreckfest?
Later in the script. Yeah,
we have it later in the script. Okay.
Yes, we do.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Did I step on you?
Can you tell these two
you're-
are nervous or what? A little nervous,
Just a
just a
little
little.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, you got to buy it now.
That's how it works.
So no, we're not. We've been talking about music all morning
We
on the
have.
trail.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. What kind of music?
We were talking about
Something about-
K-Tel Records. Anybody
Oh,
old?
God.
Do you remember K-Tel? I was explaining to young Nick about the whole business model
Yes,
of the
he was-
music industry.
he was educating
on
me.
how K-Tel Records used to be the way that we would get our. It was basically our version of streaming for old people.
Yes. It was like Mike Fax on every new Belknap peak today.
That's true.
It was
That's
great.
true. So, and then we talked about grunge music and how Nirvana flipped the switch and it went
Yes.
from hair bands to grunge.
Yeah, no more Poison.
Right. What else did we talk about?
I don't know. A lot of different stuff.
It was riveting. It was riveting.
clearly.
It was
All
great.
right, so, all right, we want to give a couple of shout outs here. So, we're at Mountain Wanderer, so thank you so much, Forrest and Caroline, for hosting us. I'm sure that we won't be invited back, but we'll do our best. So, but I definitely want to just encourage everybody that's here, you got to buy a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
You know, I already was talking to Forrest, and he's got some old books as well. And I think we'll talk about it later, but he's got some really interesting books. He showed me a book from 1856 that is all about the history of search and rescues that had happened up until that time in the White Mountains, which I'm going to look at my piggy bank and see if I can afford to maybe buy that one. So, which is cool. So thank you so much for that. And then there's a couple of what do we call them, Caroline? Artists that you sell. So I wanted to give a plug to Susan Morose, who is the Pebble artist. So she's got a couple. If you look behind Sarah over there, yeah, there's right there. That's Pebble art right there. So she was kind enough. She couldn't make it today, but she stopped by to give me and Nick. She clearly doesn't like Stomp. So she just gave me and Nick some stuff. So
No Pebble art for you.
No Pebble art for you. But Susan's great, and she sells at Mountain Wanderer here, so you can get some of her stuff. And then she's got some stuff at Mountain Cannon Tramway, Franconia Deli, and then in Newburyport, Greetings by Design. So thank you to Susan. And then I also saw some spruce fir stuff over there. So if you want to check that out, I use that all the time, and I highly encourage people to buy that. And then buy everything in the store. We want nothing left in the store by the end of the day. So,
Amy, there's actually room up here if you want to do some spinning.
Awesome. All right, Stomp. Now, this is the part of the show where we give everyone an update on what's going on with you. But
What
first,
do you want to know?
Well, first, I just want to tell people that I have been into AI for a long time, and I put pictures of me and Nick and Stomp into AI, and I asked AI to give us a rating on handsomeness from a scale of 1 to 10, and I put yours in, Stomp.
Can I make a hot? Yeah, I think Stomp is going to come out as the most handsome.
Well, I
please.
said on a scale of Mike being a 10 and Nick being a 1, how does Stomp compare? And ChatGPT came back with a 17.
Well, hey, I'll take it. That's
good.
not too shabby.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So he's doing well. But honestly, that's a fun game to play around the campfire if you have cell connection. Just start taking pictures of your friends and asking the AI to rate their handsomeness or their beauty.
That's hilarious.
And it'll make the night really fun for everybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So either that or everyone will. It'll be entertaining either way, whatever happens here. So, but anyway, Stomp, what have you been up to? You've been on the show a little bit. You're always behind the scenes, but what's the latest in your world?
Well, I think, 2 weeks plus change for hip surgery, thank God. It's been a long 6 months plus, It's I could barely walk. It's incredible. So I'm really looking forward to that. I had planned to get the surgery done after mud season so I could snowmobile. That was great. Incredible season, as we all know. The snow was outrageous. Made it through the season with maybe 2 rollovers. That's not too bad. No injuries, though, for 80 tours. So pretty happy with that. It was a bad season for accidents and injuries, just in the whole region. What else? I'm getting shorter. I was telling everybody, my wife said, "You're getting shorter." And she said, if you go below 5'10", we're getting divorced.
I think as far I'm getting older too, and my observation with getting older is that you get shorter, but your nose and your ears get bigger.
100%.
And your nose hairs also grow more quickly.
Ears, yeah.
Yes. So.
What else? Oh, just got confirmed. I'm DJing the Mount Washington Road Race in June. So that was just confirmed yesterday.
Nice.
So I'm totally psyched about that.
Is anybody running the Mount Washington Road Race here? No. All right. We have all sane people, which makes sense.
Yeah, that's about it. So I hope to get back on trail by, June, maybe? Light stuff, like Smartsbrook.
So for people that aren't aware, Stomp had his other hip replaced, and now this will be his second. So how long did it take you on your last one?
I was out hiking within 2 weeks, but it was like really gentle
quick.
stuff. Oh, yeah, I was out there with
that's
crutches. Like a maniac with crutches going, "Arr!"
Is that recommended recovery or?
Yes and no. I mean, the thing with a hip replacement is you have to give it time for the bone to actually settle into the prosthetic that they put into your femur. So that got me looking this morning, actually, because this will change my life dramatically with search and rescue, because there's load. What is the load that a hip can take after replacement? But then there's the impact. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I can just, walk like a bird and get away with it. But even with 6 to 10 people, distributing the weight of a litter, you're still probably talking like 50 pounds for somebody that's a little heavier. So I have to really rethink how I'm going to do this. The litters have extension arms in the front and the back. So you could effectively do that if you put the wheel underneath. That's a good option. And of course, there's searches, but definitely got to rethink my activities.
Can't you just stand in the parking lot with a clipboard and look important?
I can do that. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good.
Did that just recently, actually, for that flume slide.
Excellent.
It was fun.
So Stomp is the fastest known time holder for the Pemi Loop with a pool noodle. So are you going to try to break that when you get back?
Actually, you know what I was thinking?
What?
I'll do the AT with a pool noodle. So after surgery, I'll start, and I'll probably catch up with Dave.
That's true. So our friend Dave is hiking the
Shots
Appalachian
fired.
Trail, and Stomp is very interested in his pace. So.
Yeah, well, I calculated it out, and it's like at his original starting pace, it would have been 18 years or something like that.
You did do some math behind the scenes, and I think it was calculated that he was going to finish after October, to say
Right.
the least. But
But good
picking up
news
the
is
pace.
he's picking it up. Yep,
Yeah,
he is.
he's doing.
Love you,
well.
Dave.
Yes, we love you, Dave.
I did get I got a permit for Katahdin on October 3rd, so I was kind of thinking, I had mentioned it to him that I got the permit to get into Roaring Brook, and then maybe that will motivate him to look for a target date.
Any chance any of you all out in the audience, anybody try to get into like Katahdin parking or anything like that? Okay, the reservation system this year was pretty harrowing. It was quite a thing to get in there, so we were lucky. Anyways.
So Stomp, I've gotten many people have reached out to me to ask, what is the plan long term? When are you going to come back and be a regular co-host on the podcast?
Well,
listen, we're doing a lot of work over here. We need help.
Well,
Important stuff.
little inside baseball. I sort of see myself as a transitional figure with what I'm doing with search and rescue at the moment. And I spent about 1.5 years contemplating a VP pick. And I have since found that person, and they are absolutely fantastic. So my goal is to get this person up to speed, keeping in mind the younger generations that are coming into search and rescue. I'm an old fart. I mean, I want to get the young blood in there that can speak the language of the younger folks and understand what makes them tick and what they're interested in and all that stuff. So, yeah, that's my plan. So maybe a couple years?
Couple of years.
Loose timeline.
How's that sound?
I mean, okay, we'll talk about it. I feel like you need to accelerate the timeline
You
a little
are
bit.
quite involved. Like we have a text chain behind the scenes that we're going back and forth near daily, probably. So you're always there.
All right, enough of this nonsense with Stomp. Let's get to the important people.
Like who, Mike? Oh, sorry.
Forrest and Caroline, you're up. We only have one microphone, so I don't know how it's going to work. Oh, by the way, as we're doing
It's
this,
time for Slasher's Guest of the Week. Very cool. Very cool.
all right, Forrest. We're going to get to you in a sec, but I forgot to do something. The big drama on the social media is about the beer vault being required in the Pemmy Wilderness.
People are unhappy.
I guess. I don't know. I'm a big fan. It's just easier, honestly. Like, let's be honest. Like, nobody can really hang it, but it's nonsense. Nobody can hang the thing over the shoulder's going to get thrown out. But what I was going to say is, if you want to practice opening up the beer vault, come on up here, and then if you can open it up, we have SLASR patches. There's only like 5 or 6 left, and we're doing another one. But if you want a patch for your backpack, come on up here, grab this, and then open it. Nobody is to help you. You have to know how to open this for yourself, and then you can grab a patch and then bring it back up. So.
Limited edition.
And if you can't,
patches.
if you take it and you can't get it open, Stomp's got the shame drop ready to go. So, yeah, but just come on up and grab it if you want a patch. Help yourself. So, all right, Forrest, welcome back.
Thank you.
How's everything going with the store?
Things are going good.
Yeah.
We're first of all, just so thrilled that you guys are giving us so much support. So thank you for coming and doing this today, and for incorporating us in so many other capacities already. And thank all of you guys for coming out today, and the other folks that were here earlier. It really touches our hearts that so many people are supportive, and we're very, very grateful. So
Right.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, our pleasure.
Thank you.
I mean, this is history here. This is something that will not go away. We will support it as much as we can.
We couldn't stand the idea of the shop going away, and we're just glad to take on the legacy and keep it alive. And
Yeah.
And Nick would like to apologize for wrecking your bathroom, too, by the way.
damn you, Nick.
Those hooks at breakfast sandwiches sneak up on you.
Man. No, we're just so glad to be here. I'll excuse Caroline. She's a little microphone shy, so I think she's hanging in the back there. But yeah, we're just very grateful to be here. It's been a really warm welcome and support from everyone over the last bunch of months here. We had a busy holiday season. Yeah, I got to get it right up in here, right? Oh, there it is. That's what the foamy is for.
Sultry.
Dulcet.
Yep.
Dulcet tones. We're just so thrilled to be here. I don't really have much to talk about. I had one cool thing, but if anyone can't figure out the bear vault later, I'll show you my little trick. But you'll have to try it on your own first, I guess, here.
Right. No, I know nobody's stepping up. So, Randy, do you know how to open that thing up? No. He's like...
Well, the
Okay,
shame
all
drop.
right.
The
scared
shame
everybody.
drop
There you
is
go.
terrifying, so I don't
you
blame
scared
him.
everyone off. Yeah.
I know. Sorry about that.
I was even thinking we might get a couple here soon so that we can rent them out to people that don't want to invest all the way in buying one.
Right.
If they're just going out for a couple days or
That's a
whatever.
great
So
idea.
We might have someone here for like $10 a day or something soon.
Yeah.
There was much rejoicing.
Oh, that was quick. Nailed it.
You're smarter than a black bear.
Smarter than the average bear. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Well, speaking of
Was
beer...
it double lashed or just single though? Double. Yeah. Okay. All right. Nice.
Speaking of beer, though, what's going on with your the Mountain Wanderer beer?
The Mountain Wanderer bear.
Don't you guys have like a IPA type of beer?
Oh, the beer. I thought you said bear.
Beer.
We were talking about this.
Yeah, we
literally
were just
today.
saying this. Like, we can't. So that you can't differ. Yeah,
I'm
there
wearing
we
the
go.
shirt right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can't sell.
That's awesome.
We can't sell the beers here, but they're still available. I think Wayne's Market in North Woodstock still has them. The Abbey Cellar here in town still has them, and I think maybe the Mobile Station. I know Feathered Friend, the brewing company that produced it down Concord's already sold out of them, but we had a good run with it, and I think we're going to produce it again sometime later this year.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. And again, proceeds from that are going to the search and rescue groups around the state, and some of the sales from today, same thing. So happy to be supporting all that stuff, you know?
Awesome. That's life goals, to get a beer after you. So.
A beer or a bear?
A beer. Yeah.
Beer.
Well, I was just saying to Nick, I was like, yeah, because I can't, like, you can't differentiate. So I always say, well, if I'm going to mention a black beer, I say black beer. And I never say, if I just say beer, it's beer.
It's foreshadowing today.
Right.
Now I understand. I can interpret better.
Yeah. So anyway.
Trail conversations.
Well, this all kind of ties into the one thing that I was thinking about this past couple days, thinking what we could talk about today a little bit. But it's this whole bear canister thing, I think, is largely in reaction and responsive to the Pemmy bear, the infamous bear the last 2 summers out here. Is an adolescent male, is very emboldened. He's learned that backpacks have treats in them, and if he shakes down a hiker for long enough, they'll give it up, and he might get some food, right?
Yeah.
So they're closing down the Lincoln Woods Trail. I'm sure everybody already knows that. We don't want people to be parking there and bushwhacking around. The Forest Service has been kind of adamant about that. I mean, people can do what they want, but we don't want to create new herd paths out there. And there's the old Osio Trail, but there's not much room for parking. It's private property where the trailhead is, and If that gets blown out with too many people, it's going to get shut down. I'm sure the community there, the HOA, will probably put a gate in front, and no one will get to use it anymore.
It will also add about 3,500 feet of elevation gain to anything going inside the PEMI. I looked it up.
There's going to
So I
be
was curious myself.
3,500 is a lot extra. That's true.
It is. It'll turn Owl's Head into quite a day.
And most of these other access points are going to create a lot more distance and or mileage added on to the hike. But there's so many other access points when you go around the ring. The next one, if you're going clockwise, would be Flume Slide. Then there's Old Bridle Path. There's the Falling Waters Trail. There's Greenleaf. There's Skookumchuck. It just keeps going around the way. I think I counted the other night. It's like 12 or maybe 12 and a half if you count Greenleaf all the way or Greenleaf Old Bridle. But all the way around over to like Ethan Pond, AZ Trail, there's so many opportunities to get in there. And I'm just waiting to find out who's going to start getting FKTs for Pemi Loop via Skookumchuck, Pemi Loop via Galehead. There's so many new records to set and goals to get out there.
With only 13,000 feet of elevation gain.
Yeah, no kidding.
If you're already going for it, what's a couple extra?
Yeah, what's a couple thousand feet between friends?
But the Lincoln Woods is going to be amazing. That 5 mile stretch of BD is just going to be so great when it's done. Doesn't everybody love that 5 mile stretch?
The problem with Lincoln Woods, and this is why it'll be nice, is it's very demoralizing coming through, like coming back from Owl's Head or coming back from a Pemi Loop, and then you see like the kids with their like little rubber ducky things going down to Franconia Falls, and you know you've got another 3 miles to go. So it'll be nice not to see that. My theory with the black bear in the Pemi is that the way that bear associated food with the backpacks is that I think that it was more about people leaving their backpacks at the bottom of Owl's Head Slide, and that the bear got a hold of those, and then that I don't think it's really the backpackers as much as it was people just leaving their packs at the bottom of Owl's Head Slide.
I know the bear is, to this point, I don't think it's actually laid a paw on a human, but there was a couple of tents that got touched by the bear. Steve, the former owner of the shop, he got escorted out of the woods about a half a mile, following him all the way out to the car in the dark, no less. So it was just a pair of eyes in this headlight. So it is walking or following hikers in addition to just loose backpacks and tents. And it's pretty emboldened animal. Yeah.
I mean,
remember I told you I felt like I was getting stalked doing the Pemi Loop.
Maybe you were.
I swear to God, it was like 3 a.m. too.
Got eyeballs on you.
Maybe. Close call.
Yeah, I know last year they had a sign at Liberty Springs tent site that was like X amount of days since the bear incident.
Right.
I don't think it got over like 2 weeks.
It's wild that it would range, because it was over the whole Pemi area. It was coming as far south as like the Lincoln Woods area, or at least the Wilderness Trail border. The fact that it would walk all the way up that hill.
And it was coming up like the Lincoln Slide or something, and then like shimmying
over the
ridge.
top and down again to get to the tent site. It's pretty remarkable. I was willing to walk that far. In the fall, people were starting to see it around dumpsters at some of the condominium complexes here by Loon. So I think it ran out of hikers to shake down for food and was expanding its range a little bit or changing its strategy. But we'll see how it goes this summer.
I have a friend that has a condo at Clearbrook, so I have a hookup, which is
You're in.
So just let me know.
I'm parking at your friend's place.
Yeah, so I don't care if people misbehave at Clearbrook and they ruin the parking. Like, I don't care because I have a friend. So, all right. So I had a couple of notes here for us. So you've been, has it been 12 months so far?
No, not even. We took over the bookshop in September, and we didn't open this gift shop side until about halfway through October.
All right. Well, what's been the biggest, I guess, surprise or lesson learned so far for both of you?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I guess it's not a big surprise, but again, just I know I'm like a broken record, but it is surprising how much support we've gotten for being a new business or expanding kind of like it's a new business, buying an existing one is different than starting one from scratch, but this side really feels like we're starting from scratch. So it's been cool to see how much support we've gained so quickly. I don't think that either of us necessarily expected that. We had certainly hoped for it. I'm not sure what other surprises we've had. We've met lots of cool people, but I'm not surprised by that.
Well, you seem more collaborative. Is that accurate with the community and trying to do events and things like that? I mean, that's sort of your background, right?
As compared to Steve?
Well, yeah, I don't want to
Be
offend
mean to Steve.
Put him on the spot.
No, but I'm just saying, you seem to be like the bear, for instance. BEER.
Right.
I thought you were talking
EEER.
about a black.
God, just gonna keep going.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We've been trying to be collaborative, and not that Steve wasn't, but he liked doing his own thing.
Sorry, Steve.
He found his rhythm, and he did what he did, and he was good at doing that. And,
Yeah.
if you caught him behind the counter, he'll talk to you for an hour. But if you get him outside the building, he doesn't have a lot to say usually. He's great, but he did his own thing. He was busy working on the books and stuff too, and that's not part of what I've got going on. So instead, we're trying to reach some new people. It's maybe that's one of the surprises actually is how many folks that are hikers or are from the area or come through the area that maybe didn't know that this business was here, had been here for 28 years, since the late 90s, and to discover that. So that's been really cool, getting to share this all with more people, whether it's the products in this shop that some of our friends have made, the books and things on the other side that have been there that Steve has written himself. New people are learning about the shop, and it's pretty cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you have like a white whale book, like a book that you would love to get, like an older trail guide or something like that? Like, do you have one particular book that you haven't gotten in the store that you would love to find?
I don't. I've got kind of like a short list going of things that I've been looking for. I've found a couple of them, and a couple others I'm still in pursuit. A lot of it's just the older vintages of the AMC guides and other guidebooks and stuff from back then. I was showing you earlier the oldest book in the shop, Incidents in the White Mountain by Benjamin Willies from 1856, and that's pretty cool to have, like, holding a piece of history here, And we've actually had a couple copies of that in the shop that have sold already over the last few months, and we've got another one in now. And so I think the oldest AMC guide we have right now is 1940, and it'd be cool to see some of the older ones.
Yeah. It's crazy that guy, like in 1856, was like interested in search and rescue and incidents.
Well, the Willie slide itself, I think, was the very first, at least moment in America where what do they call it? Disaster tourism.
Yes.
Where people came to come see the aftermath of a natural disaster as, like, not a happy tourism thing, but that people were interested and curious about it. It's also, I don't know if people know, but that's where the phrase "to get the willies" comes from. I think I might even learn that from you guys on your show, right?
Yes.
At some point. So maybe that was part of it for Benjamin, that he went through this experience with his family and this landslide and saw the people coming into town and figured he needed to write about it. And there's other incidents and stuff included in that book as well, too.
Yeah, I bet you if there was podcasts, that guy would have started a podcast. Probably.
Yeah, I bet.
So. Now, you're not originally from New Hampshire, right?
No, I grew up in Connecticut, and I moved to Boston in 2001 to go to college, and I just stuck around.
Is buying the Mountain Wanderer, that's like the ultimate cheat code to accelerate getting rid of the Flatlander title, right?
I had wondered what I could ever do to get out of being stuck working in the city and having to live close by, and this felt like Steve opened a hatch, like it was like, hey, come on up right here. Gotcha. So this has been an excellent way for us to get up here and spend more time and just immerse ourselves fully in the community, the history, and obviously the outdoors itself too.
Awesome. And then there's so many signs and so many cool things on so we talked about the bookstore side, but there's so many like signs and other hiking themed products here. Do you have a particular favorite?
Oh, I don't have a favorite. It's just so cool that we have so many friends. Like 90% of what's on this side of the shop is made by people that we know. We've got Gail and Tim made a lot of the signs that are in here. Where are they? Will and Amy are in the back here. They've made the wallets that we've got, the spruce fir wallets. Some of the other stuff, like the crocheted critters, the bears and the moose and stuff, it's a lighting designer that I used to work with at House of Blues named Val. Or some of the jewelry is made, like beaded jewelry from one of Caroline's friends from growing up. Another one's from an audio engineer that I worked with at House of Blues. Nick was commenting on one of the lamps before, right?
Yes. Yeah, the skateboard lamps.
Made by the keyboard player from a band called Neighbor and Pink Talkin' Fish. It's like all these friends from my former life. So we literally know all the people that made all this stuff.
That's
or
awesome.
90% of it at least. And it's really cool to get to sell our friends' stuff and help promote their businesses too,
You guys want to move up a little bit? There's some folks that might want to sneak in a little closer.
Yeah, we got some room here.
Yeah, seriously, hit the floor if you're getting tired, because Mike's history segment's going to be like 3 hours long.
No. I got a couple of short things, but you know what the other cool thing?
Thank you guys. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Shout out to Naughty Pine Signs.
And I was going to say too on the
How dare you stop? Don't you have a search and rescue to attend to?
I looked at the script.
Yeah.
and on the collaboration front too, I wanted to say thank you for. So on that other side, a lot of you might see photos I post on Instagram, but I actually have some prints that Forrest was kind enough to let me display in the Mountain Wanderer. So
they're beautiful. There's some very large format prints. They look great. They're framed. And what did you bring? 5 of each? 5 big and 5 small?
There's one of the Adirondacks, so if one looks unfamiliar, that's why.
That's why. Very cool. Thank you again for bringing them in.
Yeah, thank you.
The other cool thing I think that I was talking to Caroline about earlier is the little miniature tents, and I know that we have a lot of cat. I don't know what it is about the slasher universe, but there's a lot of cat people that are involved. I don't know what that is. I'm not a cat person. I'm a dog person, but these guys are cat people. These little tents over here, like they're like somebody had mentioned that like they're really good for cats potentially. So if you want a tent for your cat, you can come here and buy one.
It's pretty cool, and there's even the micro tents like this. That one here is even small.
For the listeners that will hear this next week, it's like we're in preschool. You feel like we're in preschool now?
Yes. Story time.
Caroline and I own guinea pigs. I heard someone say that. The guinea pigs love the tent. It's the perfect size for them. And then, the larger one's great with the cats, or a small dog.
Yeah. You know what? You know what I saw today
Hamster.
on the Bell Maps was I'm fascinated with like dogs that are hiking that you wouldn't think could climb, and I know that the basset hounds there's been a few basset hounds, but I actually saw a corgi on Straight Back, or it was between Straight Back and in Mount Major. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's like a little corgi puppy.
That's cool.
They have little legs, Stomp, like you do. Like you're short now.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Lowest center of gravity, though, which can be good.
Yeah. So if that corgi owner listens to the show, let us know the Instagram.
I'm surprised
I'll give you notable hike of the week forever for infinity.
Mike loves the dogs.
He does.
Yes. So what else for us? Anything else you want to update us on?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm just so thankful you guys are here and really appreciate it. And I want to give you guys a round here. Thanks to the Slasher guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you have a hiking project coming up? Like, do you have a bushwhack or a slide or something crazy that you got planned?
You taking over Steve's blog now? You're going to go up every slide in the Whites?
Oh, Steve's definitely taking over. Keeping active out there. He said he wanted to come by today, but he's out bushwhacking again. He's out every single day just about.
Yeah, awesome.
He's been busting my chops because I actually haven't finished my 48 yet. And I've been up some of them 6 or 10 times if they're nearby or I want to see them in different seasons. But there's a dozen maybe that I haven't gotten to yet. And now that I've started going bushwhacking more, Steve's been busting my balls that I'm not going to ever finish my 48 now.
True. What do you have left?
I've got the Wildcats. I've got the Carters, but I've been on Mariah. I've got the Madison and Adams. I think that's it.
Okay. Well, you could do Adams with us for the Alzheimer's hike.
If I can get away from the shop that Saturday, I'd like to.
Okay.
What's your favorite so far?
Favorite? There's not just one favorite.
Yeah.
They're favorites for different reasons, right? Like I like the Kinsmans because I like to camp at that site up there, and the pond is beautiful at night. I call it the Chutes and Ladders slide. The views themselves are kind of cool, but the across from the rattlesnakes down in not Morgan.
Wow.
What is it? The pair of them.
Percival?
Morgan Percival. It is Morgan, right? Morgan Percival. I call it the Chutes and Ladders hike.
Yeah,
That's fun.
that's fair.
I like it.
Chutes, ladders, caves.
Caves. Yeah, there's lots of fun ones. It all depends for us. So like, if it's not about checking it off the list, it's about going for a swim or going for. I mean, I brought kites up on top of the moats and stuff before. Like I'm about doing like activities when I'm out there, kind of. Mm-hmm. So it all varies,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Has Steve been subtle about suggesting that you should finish your 48, or like just have a fun thing of like Forrest, you know what Adams are good? Like Adams and Madison are great.
Not so subtle. No, he's been pretty forward about that.
He's like, there's a great guide about those. You could read.
I'm making my way through it. I'll get to them. Hopefully this summer I'll knock out a bunch more.
We can help you out.
Yeah, let us know when you get to your. We'll hike. We're down for hiking anytime. But if you get to your finish, like let's make it a whole thing.
All right. Well, you guys got to get out on weekdays. I'm always here in the shop on the weekends.
That's a problem. That could be a problem for me. Well, we'll see.
We can do it for Forrest.
Hopefully, no one from my work listens. Let me know what day. I'll just get sick. So, excellent. All right.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. No. Thank you for having us. And Stomp, for having Stomp.
Making room.
No, it's great. Thank you guys very much.
Awesome. All right, so thank you, Forrest.
Thanks, Forrest.
Thank you, Caroline. We will get you on the mic eventually, Caroline. So, all right, what do we got next, Nick?
I believe we have Randy from Enjoy Woodstock. Would you like to come up, Randy?
Randy's our hookup. We got beer tonight because of him, the good kind of beer.
Yes.
Yes. Not black beer. All right. Well, thank you for having me.
No problem. You ever been on a microphone like this before?
Never.
All right. You nervous?
You're doing good.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
You guys seem pretty friendly.
well, you haven't talked to this guy before. So. No. Are you a local? You've been here your whole life?
Lived here full time for about 4 years.
4
We've
years.
been vacationing up here, second home, for about 20 years now, and so just loved the whites. And as soon as we had the opportunity, we made the move, and I have not regretted it at all. And in fact, that's what we're trying to do is explain the beauty of the whites and of Woodstock to the broader community.
Right. So Randy, he was nice enough to reach out to us, and he's working for Enjoy Woodstock, which you can tell us a little bit about that. But your point's kind of fair, because I do think about that a lot. Is like everybody just thinks in terms of like North Conway and Lincoln, and then everything else is sort of secondary, I think, which is not a good thing. And like we think about Bethlehem and other towns, but Woodstock obviously has a lot going on. So you've been involved in like what is it? Would you say it's an advocacy group or like a?
Yeah, we're a nonprofit group. We just a group of community members and business owners. About a year ago, we founded it just to share Woodstock and the broader area with the community and to build community. And so we've been setting up events in Woodstock and encouraging people to come check out our downtown and our rivers and our trailheads and just really take in the environment. What we found is that a lot of people get to exit 32 and always make a left. And so you'll see over at Woodstock Station we have exit 32 then right stickers. So saying, why don't you try turning the other direction and see what's over there?
And can you talk a little bit about Woodstock's resume? Because you sent a list over, and I was reading through it, and I'm aware I go through there fair amount. But like, can you talk a little bit about like what's over there?
Yeah, glad to. So many people don't know, and for history buffs, Woodstock was the resort community of the area. So multiple grand hotels, the Deer Park, everything's now a condo. Deer Park condos, Alpine Village condos. There were multiple grand hotels up on the hill overlooking the town center. And so it's always been a place of recreation. And actually, when you're talking about the historical books, I have one from 1916, I think it is, from the Woodstock Improvement Association, which sounds very much like what we're trying to do now. And it has hikes all around Woodstock. There's some treasures just in the woods right here, just off of Main Street, and so all of the sites or the trails were distant from the Woodstock post office right in downtown. But today we have 7 restaurants, 2 tap houses, a multitude of gift shops and shopping, very walkable Main Street, parking available. And something that's really special about being up here is that the PEMI runs right through town. So right on Main Street is a park where people and kids and families can go down the Cascades or swim in a swimming hole, just 20 yards from Main Street. So it's a really special place, and I hope that through this group and through our activities this afternoon that the people come by and check out some of the things there, and I'm sure that you're going to come back.
Awesome, and it's enjoywoodstock.org.
Yes, that's our website. It's enjoywoodstock.org. Please sign up on there for our mailing list. You can also go to the Facebook group. Enjoy Woodstock NH is our Facebook group where we post these.
And then you've organized at least one event, but you've got another one coming up. Can you talk a little bit about those?
Yeah, very briefly. We in our 1 year, we've already organized 2 events: an autumn festival last autumn and a maple festival just last month. And both of those, the idea is to bring the community together, to bring tourists to town to see what we have to offer, and basically for everybody to have a good time. So in general, kind of the fabric of those were booths and tents along Main Street, specials at the bars and stores, a bunch of games for kids, things like coloring contests and story time and things like that. The idea just to bring people together. The thing that I wanted to debut or announce today is that this fall, September 26th on Saturday, we're going to have a hiking festival called Peaks and Paths Festival. And what we recognize is that there's a giant community of people who want to hike or are hiking the Whites that would like to get more information and basically have a community event, much like you're having here. So we're inviting vendors and nonprofits in to set up tents. Or we, of course, will have children's activities and games, specials at the bars and live music, as well as some guest speakers. And if I'm lucky, a live podcast recording.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not quite
We
sure
know some
about
people.
that. So, yeah, if I can pull the right strings.
Awesome.
So September 26th, and if you go to enjoywoodstock.org and sign up or follow us on Facebook, you'll get all the info as it comes out.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll let us know what the story is there, and we'll definitely help out. One other thing you put in your notes that I was like, this is like catnip for Stomp, but the B-24 bomber?
Yeah.
I for some reason that wasn't on my radar. Do you know about this?
What tournament?
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And so
I think that's a B-18, isn't it?
Is it?
I think it's a B-18.
Oh, ChatGPT got me.
We'll have to see.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the story
I
with
might
this?
go paint 24 on the side just to prove it
Yeah,
wrong.
who knows?
Yeah. So it crashed during World War II. It was in transit, I think, from Maine to Rhode Island, if I'm not mistaken. I know that Forrest has the book over there, so if anybody wants the real details, you can buy the book. It's a short hike. Last I knew, it was still kind of more of a herd path than a marked hike, but I'd encourage you to go take a look at it. It's still very much a memorial site, so I would not, so obviously you don't touch or take anything. But as you're hiking, the first time I did it, I kept saying, wow, it's up here someplace, it's up here someplace. And then all of a sudden you see one piece, and then you look around and you see more and more pieces just scattered all across the mountainside there.
It's a very somber place.
It is, absolutely.
There's a ambiance there.
Gravity, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I thought you were going to say about the catnip was my little stat, which is that there's 12 the trailheads for 12 of the 48 are just within 10 miles of Woodstock. So we really are kind of a centrally located, even though I always think of us as just being on the bottom little corner of the 48s. When you do the math, it's surprising how centrally located we are to the 48 4,000 footers.
And not only that, but the 500 highest, you have a bunch up off of Elbow Pond. You've got a ton of stuff around.
Yeah. So there's a good deal of hiking activities here, and of course, for people who aren't up for the 4,000 footers, there's always Artist Bluff on Columbus Day weekend.
Please.
I guarantee you'll be the only person there.
Well, Stomp will be there, being the police. So. And then what are we doing after this?
Oh, so after this, we're having Après Pod, which I think
that.
might be
That may
a
be
new
the first
trademark
thing
term.
ever, yeah.
Yes,
Après Pod.
And so over at Woodstock Station Inn and Brewery, I suspect that most of you have already been there. It's an amazing place every time of year. So even in the wintertime, they have igloos out there for dining outside. They have beautiful gardens in the summertime. Great beer list, of course, and very good food. So after this podcast, the owners have generously offered to allow us to head over there. They've reserved a room for us, are having drink specials, and just a chance for us to socialize and brush elbows with greatness here.
This guy here. So, all right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
fun.
And
thank you,
we'll be
over there later.
Yeah, there'll be much joy and festivity, I think,
Yes.
over there.
Awesome.
So, which would be
Thank
good.
you.
Libations.
Thank you,
Thank you, Randy.
Slasher's hiking topic of the week.
We really went all out. Like, our hiking topic of the week is Dave Shits in the Woods update for Appalachian Trail. So, but he was nice enough to just give us an update. So, has anybody hiked the Appalachian Trail? outside of New England? No, nobody here. So our friend Dave is he's a great guy. He's been a co-host of the show and helped us out. But he started on March 1st, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, so he's making his way through.
I think.
Yeah, he's about 400 miles in, and he was in Hot Springs, North Carolina.
He was in Hot Springs a couple days ago. I think he's around mile, I want to say like 360-ish,
right,
approaching 400. He's starting to up his days a little bit. I know the last couple updates he's shared, he's getting more in that 15-mile-per-day ballpark.
Right. So we have a little chat group going with Dave, and I had sent him a series of questions. So it's kind of good. So we'll start off. Do you want to pretend to be Dave, or should I just?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Stomp's going to pretend to be Dave. So the first question we sent is, "How are you feeling?"
I need to find this in the script. Oh, anybody have any readers out there? Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm feeling good, Mike. The body's getting stronger and still little aches, pains, and strains, but usually later in the day and just tired more than pain.
Okay.
How was that?
That was pretty good.
You sound like a seasoned cattle herder from the 1800s.
All right. Have you settled into a routine?
Oh, yeah, I definitely have a routine. Typically up 6 or 7, out by 8:30. Oh, excuse me. Snack on.
That wasn't in the script.
Snack on the go. Sorry, a little gassy. Stop for lunch and rest, then hike and on until 5 or 7, whatever mileage I'm aiming for.
All right. So Dave,
which is typically very low.
So Dave's doing between 8 and 12 miles a day, I think. So, all right. So Dave, what was your biggest screw up so far?
Oh my God, sleeping on a ridge, no question. Caught in heavy winds in North Carolina, had to pack up at 3 a.m. and hike in the dark. Wind was so strong it was pushing me in the air sideways. Can you believe it, Mike? In the hammock. Like getting pushed on a swing. Unbelievable.
A hammock can turn into a parachute on the ridge. All right. What's the most surprising thing you've discovered so far?
Let's see. I've learned how many calories a human being can eat in a day and still be hungry. That and how big the mountains are in North Carolina and Tennessee. Being in New Hampshire, I thought we had all the taller peaks on the AT. The Smoky Mountains and the Roan Highlands have peaks over 5K and 6K feet. And most nights you're sleeping over 4K to 5K feet up. And the elevation gains are way more than I anticipated.
You know what I didn't ask him? Maybe you can pretend to give an answer to this, but when you get into those Roan Highlands, I think, maybe I'm thinking of it might be Virginia, but there's a section where there's little baby horses. You guys know what I'm talking about? Grayson all right, well, whatever. But when you get there, the horses will come up and they'll lick the salt off of you. So the question is, if you were Dave, where do you think he would let them lick?
Probably his beard.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's definitely a salt collector.
It's a great visual.
Okay. Those things look cool, though. I do want to I want a pet horse. You know what else Dave did send in? He put an addendum. Do you have that, or do you need me to?
It's on the laptop.
Well, I'll do the addendum here. He basically said that the other thing that surprised him was the amount of destruction from Hurricane Helene.
Right.
Yeah. So I can't get my phone open.
Yeah, we're having issues here.
Yeah, the destruction from Hurricane Helene and the effort to reopen the trail. Huge areas of trees uprooted, 100 feet, 2-lane car bridges just picked up and moved up the river. So anyway, that was what else surprised him. All right, any reflection on your gear choices, Dave?
Let me pull up my script. Where did it go? Shame drop.
I can be Dave if you want.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Let's hear your Dave.
Gear has been perfect for all the weather I've seen. I had to switch out my MSR trail shot for a Sawyer bag system for efficiency.
That's a good Dave.
Thanks. I haven't needed rain pants, but would have been more comfortable if I had one day. Minimally used my 3/4 zip wool pullover. Version Alpha 90 has been gold. I'll test it more if they want to send me more stuff. In parentheses. So, reach out to him, Version. Ultra 9 Pluses are at the end of their life at a close to 500 miles with training before the trip. Should hit 400 miles soon in Damascus soon after. Absolutely can't thank the Slasher crew for busting my balls and lifting my spirits, and everyone on Instagram for all the messages and support. It means more than I can say and keeps me going. So you can give Dave a follow and encouraging comments on his Instagram if you don't already follow him at Dave Shits in the Woods. And he does shit in the woods too. So that's cool.
He does. He also he did a follow up too, and we had Cheswick on last week, and Cheswick was talking about how he struggled through the Smokies going south, and that the best thing that he was able to do to keep his feet warm were these sealskins waterproof socks. Yeah. And Dave had said he's using those as well through the Smokies, and that was a gear choice that he recommended.
He hit weather, didn't he? Like some snow right off the bat.
Snow,
right.
Yeah, so it's got to be some wet terrain, mud, everything else.
Right. So yeah, that was that was our hiking topic of the week. It wasn't that great, but Dave is a great guy, and definitely follow him on Instagram. He like reads every comment, and he gets encouragement, I think.
Yeah, he tags us like a dozen times a day.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what? Are you hiking or sitting on your phone? What are you doing?
Story. Yeah, you should try to make some more miles. It's like posting on Instagram all the time.
Would you ever do a through hike?
Sorry,
Sean?
Dave.
Oh man, I don't think so. I have too many obligations tying me down to do that.
Yeah.
But if I was free, maybe, perhaps, maybe not the AT though. Maybe something a little more obscure.
Like what?
I don't know.
What's
Any
more
ideas?
I don't know. You could do the Ice Age Trail. I feel like that's obscure.
Where's that?
I don't know, but I've just heard about it. Isn't it in Wisconsin or something? I don't even know. Yeah. See?
Huh.
Yeah, you could do that. Let us know how it is.
Okay, I'll do
right.
that.
What about you, Mike? Would you do the AT?
I don't think I would probably do sections.
Yeah.
But I like sleeping in a bed.
Yeah,
I honestly
me too.
do.
Me too.
So, and I don't think my wife could be away from me for that long.
Sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
We're gonna just go with that. So anyway, all right. So what else we got here? Oh yeah, I wanted to do. My friend Jay is here. Jay is my like soccer dad friend. So I have like two groups. Jay, get up here. Get over here for a second. You're gonna do a thing here. So I have two worlds. I have like this is Jay Black.
Welcome.
So I have two worlds. I have basically like my hiking crew, and then I have my we call it the Amesbury. I'm in Amesbury, Mass. We have this chat group called the Amesbury Dad Bods, and it's all like I have three daughters, and like Jay's got a daughter too. So I got to know all these guys through like soccer and dancing, and I don't even know what else. So Jay has been like on the other side of it, and he wasn't involved in hiking, but Jay got the hiking bug. Like, when did you? So the first time I took Jay hiking in the Ossipes, and he was basically wearing what he's wearing right now when we went hiking on Mount Shaw, and I had a great time. I was taking pictures of him. I was texting all my hiking friends. I'm like, look at this guy. And
the
Jay
hiking community was so welcome.
Yes. So and Jay would do the I call it the I need a moment pose. Do you know what the I need a moment pose is? It's like when you're going uphill and you got to lean against a tree and you got your head down. Like I have like 50 pictures of Jay and his I just need a moment pose.
I'm really good with those poses.
So I did everything I could to get this guy not to hike with me.
But I stuck with it.
You did stick with it.
He also takes me on trails that he says are like walks in the park, and it winds up being the Watcher.
Yes. Yeah, we did. I took him up the Watcher, which was good.
Yeah,
so.
that was the walk in the park.
Yes, yeah. So Jay, but Jay over time has now developed a better tolerance for uphill. I feel like
my legs have gotten stronger. So
right, and I let the worlds cross, and now Jay is in our hiking text group too. So he comes with us. So he's got to meet like Nick, and he gone hiking with Stomp before, and Jake and Julie and Paul and the whole crew. So Jay, I did want to ask you now that you're in the crew, what is your impression of the hiking community overall as somebody who's relatively new?
The hiking. Well, they're all looking at me now.
Speak in the microphone. Speak in the microphone.
I'm sorry. I'm new to this.
Fine.
I think it's a very cool community. I'm in the 52 group and the 4,000 group, so I get to see everybody posting their stuff, and everyone gives me appreciation when I post something. So it's a very welcoming group, and I love it. Even though Mike teased me with jeans and stuff, but no, it's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it, and I do have the hiking bug. It's kind of funny. My wife doesn't understand it too, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, but it's good. So now Jay comes with us on the weekends, and Jay's wife was kind enough to like message me before Christmas, and she's like, just give me the gear list that I need to buy. So she hooked him up with everything, and I was like, please, no jeans anymore.
Nope.
which is good.
No, I got good gear now. It's awesome.
Yeah, he does. So now I'm gonna recruit him to help me with trail maintenance moving forward. So we'll get him in there. But how far along on the 52 with the View are you, Jay?
So I have 21 done.
Okay.
I have 6 or 7 4,000s. I plan to do some more of those this summer. The way I looked at it was, and I'm sorry, I'm a little hoarse for some reason. The 52 gets, got my legs up to speed so I can start doing more 4,000s. So that's what I'm hoping to do more this summer is some 4,000s and start getting that list up a little bit. Because I know you've been confused on the show about am I doing 52s or 4,000s. So
It's hotly contested.
I'm doing both.
Mysterious.
Stomp, you've hiked with Jay. What is your impression?
He's a fighter. He's a fighter.
I always thought he was a lover.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what people tell me.
That was that other walk in the park.
Oh yeah. We recently that whale tooth out here, out of the shop. Take a look to the left. That little shark tooth is whaleback, and we had a nice adventure this early
December.
winter.
Yeah.
Early winter.
Pre-hypothermic, I would say. Pre-hypothermic.
Oh yeah. It was hypothermic. It was tough because we were sort of off trail a little bit, getting to the summit, and
We lost
pretty
Jay.
gnarly.
We lost Jay. We found him sitting in a snowbank. And
I
we
got
were a
yelled
little
at
bit
for that.
nervous. We did, yeah. I was
Okay,
like,
it was
Jay,
my
you
first
gotta
time
go.
doing winter hiking. I didn't have the right gloves, so my hands were freezing. So yeah, that was getting my temperature down. So Mike was nice enough to give me his gloves. This guy, he took care of me. He came down. I got some hot chocolate from him and everything. So
me and Dave were hiking. So it was Stomp, Dave, and me with Jay, and we were a little bit up ahead. And I think Stomp was trying to figure out the trail situation. And me and Dave was standing there, and I looked down, and Jay's sitting down directly on the snow. And immediately, I'm like, this is not good. And I said to Dave, I'm like, he's sitting in the snow. And Dave's like, well, he's your friend. So I had to go down. I was like, Jay, you can't sit in the snow. Here, sit on up. I gave him my...
I don't get that rule. Well, I get the rule, but then you're the first one to get on your butt and slide down the hill.
Well, that's
So
true. Yeah, but that's sledding
And
is a
that's-
little bit different.
Very
He's
valid
got you
point.
there.
Yeah.
He does.
That is
So
true.
I get
Pretty
judged
savage.
for that, and then you go studding down the hill and post it on Facebook for everyone to see.
Well, there's a distinction. You were going up. He was going down.
Right. That's fair.
Right.
I mean, yeah, but
I do want to say a little bit in your defense is that we were talking about hiking plans for that weekend, and you were like, yeah, I think I'll take Jay up a 52, like South Moat or something. Then the next pictures I saw were you guys bushwhacking up Whaleback.
We did.
Which is
I know.
a
We
little
switched plans.
bit of a different,
That was
little bit of a
next
switcheroo.
weekend.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
a gnarly trail, but you did great. Once you get your second wind, it's like, huh?
I needed a rest, and then we made it up,
Yep.
and it good. So it was also my first snowshoeing trail too. So
And the ultimate plan was to do the full old Osseo over to Osseo, and we decided to bail at the summit. Obvious choice. Let's turn around. Let's get out. And we all had a great
not
time.
because of me. It was just it
all
was.
of us were feeling it like, nah, this is it.
I think we've
It's
all talked to is like especially winter, like we've all kind of been there in that similar situation where you're like cold and sweaty and you think about sitting on the ground or things like that. So
I'm proud of you, Jay.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
doing
I'm
awesome.
proud of you. You're a winter hiker. You're a 52 with a viewer, and we're going to continue to watch your journey into being a hiker.
I thought I am a hiker.
Well, you are. You are.
That's what you said. I'm a
But there's
hiker.
levels to this, Jay. You'll
Let's take a survey. Is he a hiker? All say aye.
There we go.
All right, there you go.
I do want to say too, having
The eyes have
I'm a
it.
hiker.
having witnessed the dynamic between you two on trail too when I did Tecumseh, it's pretty interesting.
Yes.
I feel like Mike seems like he's a very firm teacher on the trail.
He's a little stiff on the trail. He's
Yeah.
So I have 3 daughters. We're gonna you just reminded me of something. So I have 3 daughters, and we always joke about like I used to make them cry when I did math homework with them in like 5th and 6th grade. And I just did taxes for my oldest daughter, and she's like, "Oh my God, this is giving me flashbacks of like 5th grade math homework." Because I'm like, did you check the I can file as a single in the box? And she's like, I don't know. So she was like, yeah, this is just like doing math homework.
It's hilarious.
Mike can be a little judgmental. So like if you're showing trash or anything, he makes a comment. So you have to look neat when you pass Mike on the trail, or he'll say something. Because I had the damn water bottle. That was
Jay,
crunched.
like there's certain things that we keep amongst ourselves here.
Didn't you post that on Facebook too?
I don't know.
The crinkled water bottle incident.
All right. Well, Jake, welcome to the podcast. I know that you've always wanted to be on the podcast, so now your dream has come true.
Bucket list.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Hey,
Jake.
there's
Thank
more
you.
room up here if anybody needs a seat.
Yeah, it is kind of nice.
All right, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
Cool.
All right. We have some New Hampshire stuff here. So we have. So there was a woman. I don't have the internet, so I can't look at these articles. But like, do dad jokes? Oh, well, we have dad jokes here for a sec. Okay, hold on.
We all know that hiking a mountain can be hard at times. So here's a corny dad joke to help you get over it. Ba-dum-bum.
I got them right here. So, all right, these are mountain wandering theme dad jokes. So, why did the hiker get lost mountain wandering? He couldn't find his terrain of thought. So instead of train of thought, it's terrain of thought.
It's always good when you have to explain those to people.
I just making sure. So, so you know why people like to mountain wander?
Why?
The views really pique their interest. Okay, that's good. You made these ones.
That was AI, actually. It
was
on
AI.
the fly.
Okay. Why do mountains make terrible tour guides for mountain wanderers? They're always giving you the cliff notes. So terrible stuff. Terrible. Although I guess that's the point, right?
100%.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So,
That's what makes it a dad joke.
all right. So we got a couple of New Hampshire things here. So there was a woman from Bethlehem that rode across the Atlantic. So I think, didn't we talk about this with Cheswick?
We did a little bit, yeah.
We
it came
did?
up. Yeah, we were
Alright.
saying that's the next thing you should do, and he said probably not.
Oh, that's right. All right. We already did these. We did the floor collapse in Tamworth.
Okay.
Can you imagine getting married in the floor collapse?
So, no, we didn't-
That marriage, like, it's
Yeah.
doomed, right? It's got to be doomed.
So we didn't go over these. We just high level just talked about the Bethlehem woman. We didn't actually go into it or anything. Yeah.
All right. So we got the trail
Hold, please.
trail roads. Has anybody been out there? Are any roads open right now? Is Beer Notch Road open yet?
Sandwich is one of the earlier ones, but I don't think that's open yet.
I don't think any of them are open yet.
There's nothing open. All right.
We're saying roads. We're saying like the forest roads that close this time of year,
Yeah.
or in
Right.
the winter that are reopening.
All right, so
Haystack.
here's the timeline, Nick.
Okay. Break it
Mid-May,
down.
Bear Notch, Gill River, Mount Clinton, and Sandwich Notch. Is that true, mid-May, Sandwich Notch Road? That seems like aggressive.
Sandwich?
Yes.
I think that's appropriate. Yeah, that's right.
Mid-May.
It's more south.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
true.
100%.
Late May is Evans Notch, Haystack. How do you say, is it Triple E or Triple I?
Tripoli.
I feel like you get to say that.
No, everybody says Triple I, but I just call it
I've
Tripoli
always said
because of
Tripoli.
Tripoli pizza down
Shores
in
of Tripoli.
Mass.
The song Shores of Tripoli. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's Triple I.
Yeah. Triple I.
So Triple I and then Zealand. Those are late May.
It was a company, right? Triple I company, a logging company?
Actually, it's diatomaceous earth.
Okay.
And so what's the pond there?
East Pond.
East Pond is actually where they dug it out.
Correct. And there's still some foundations there that you can see. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Learned something new.
Yeah, that's cool. And then early June is Nash. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, early June is Nash Stream Road, so Percy Peaks and Sugarloaf. So
That
Jay,
makes sense.
We
Yeah,
got to
the
get up
Sugarloaf.
there for those. And then mid-June is Jefferson Notch. So Jefferson Notch is like a late. That's the latest one.
Yeah.
To get to Caps Ridge if you want to get up there.
Highest trailhead in the Whites too up there at Caps Ridge.
Right.
3,009 feet. That's where my tours go, snowmobiling.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And a lot
we're
of
at the
people-
high point of Jefferson Notch. I've got this whole routine. If we go around the corner, we can see Mount Jefferson. Look at it, and over here we can see the Cog and Mount Washington.
Oh my
on a
god,
good
that's
day.
hysterical. I'd love to see you as tour guide stomp.
Awesome. And then we've got Wreckfest. So, Nick, do you know? I don't have internet, so I didn't.
Well, this is an event coming up at Reckless.
Yeah, it's going to be over the summer. I believe they just moved the date on this, like literally the other day, because the original date they were planning coincided with one of the AMC's, I think their 150th anniversary. So keep an eye out for that. I believe it's the last weekend in July. We will for sure follow up on that, but it sounds like they're going to have some mountain biking type stuff going on, vendors, music, craft beer, food, all sorts of good stuff. they're doing some really, really cool stuff with the Bethlehem community over there. I think there were some hikes up Agassiz over there. So it should be a fun time, and we'll definitely keep everybody posted as we have more details on that. And maybe we'll be involved to some degree. I don't know yet.
Okay. All right. I got a little bit of history stuff here. Randy, I didn't do Woodstock. I did Lincoln. But I still want everyone to go to the right here. So a little bit about Lincoln, New Hampshire.
Let's dive into some White Mountains history, shall we?
What if I hit that orange button?
Don't do it.
That one's like 6 minutes long.
That one is?
That's the Mount Washington Observatory drop.
Okay. All right. Stomp's got toys here.
Love that drop.
All right. So the early history of Lincoln, New Hampshire here. So I play around with a lot of this stuff is from Appalachia magazines, or Appalachia journals, I guess you'd call them. And they're from like the 1870s all the way to the 1920s. They're publicly accessible, so you can get a lot of the summary here. But this one here, I may have pulled this from the upper Pemmy Historical Society as well. I think I got a mix of people, but it was Lincoln, New Hampshire was chartered in 1764 by Governor Benning Wentworth. So Wentworth, the connection is over by Wentworth is a town over by Moosalok and that area there. So,
Right.
but he's a pretty well-known historical figure. So in the name of King George III, he granted 32,000 acres to a group of about 70 investors from Connecticut. So these were land investors, but usually just speculative loggers. The leaders of that group were James Avery and Jeremiah Clement, and it's likely the notes that I had here from the Historical Society said it's likely that neither of them had ever actually saw this new town. They were just land investors and not settlers. So nobody lived in the Lincoln area until 1782. And the first settlers, there was 22 settlers. The first settler was Nathan Kinsman, who had previously lived over on, I think, the other side of Woodstock in that area. Yep. So the 1790 census list had 22 residents in Lincoln. So a little bit of a later start. In the original town center, I guess, was located further north, closer to Franconia Notch. It was a very remote, sparsely populated area, difficult to inhabit. Farming was not viable due to the poor soil, and there was really two economic drivers for Lincoln, New Hampshire. There was really tourism, and then there was so the hotel industry. I guess the first hotel opened up near the Flume, and then Tuttle's Hotel was established, and then in addition to that, so those were in 1808 and 1824, and then the railroad came to town in 1882. And this led to more resort-style summer stays. Hotels became larger, more competitive, and increasingly more modern. Alongside all of the tourism, there was also a logging boom, and this became a company town, really. By 1853, logging was already active along the Pemmy. J.E. Henry in 1892 bought vast timberlands and moved operations to Lincoln. So we've talked about Henry quite a bit. Henry basically made his headquarters in this area. So he set up sawmills, logging railroads, company housing, store, school, hospital, jail. I think the loggers got a little crazy, so they'd be drinking, so they had to go to jail. So Lincoln became a classic company town. The Henry family basically controlled this area with the economy and the infrastructure and local government roles. Probably logging, it was clean cut. Basically, they just really went in for the next 15 years or so, cut the Pemmy wilderness down to nothing. It really, as much as you can think about the way that Henry and his team operated, in some ways you can sort of thank them because they were so outrageous with the way that they clear-cut the forest that it really motivated the conservationist movement to really get together and say, look, it's right in front of your face. This is the forest is getting completely ruined. It's impacting tourism, and that's really what ushered in the momentum to get the Weeks Act passed in 1911. So as much as you can sort of question the logging behavior of the town for that 20-year period, it really ended up resulting in the White Mountains being established the way it is now, which is kind of cool.
That's a very interesting point, though. It's they did devastate the watershed like the headwaters of the Merrimack so bad that that's part of the reason.
Right.
The way
Exactly.
the
So
national forests
acceleration
get
can
formed.
sometimes help out. So,
Yeah.
but Henry died in 1912, and then the company was sold in 1917. So really, the Weeks Act came in, and it was about 10 years later that basically the logging started to slow down. The logging always continued, and there was a paper mill in town up until like 1981, I think. And then the paper mill shut down. There was like pollution standards and aging infrastructure, and that was basically the end of Lincoln's industrial era. And then from there, it's been more focused on tourism, outdoor activities, and whatnot. It's really become the jewel that we really enjoy today, along with Woodstock, right? Right.
I have a question. So I did a lot of painting on this trip with a crew, local, and every day at noon, the mill building alarm goes off. It's like a air raid siren or something. Was that like lunch break?
That was their lunch break, right? Yeah.
What is that connected to? One of the old mill buildings, or
Town hall.
it's the town hall? How long has that been going on?
Yeah, I don't know when they continuously.
Yeah,
The mill closed down.
interesting. Have you ever heard that? Every single day at noon.
Yeah. My town has that too.
Really?
Noontime. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah,
A little
it's an
unnerving.
Old mill town. It's pretty common, actually.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, but so to sum it all up, I did not use AI for this. I did not. Lincoln, New Hampshire evolved from a remote, barely settled mountain township into a powerful logging company town, and then after industry faded, reinvented itself as a gateway to recreation in the White Mountains. So there you
Well
have
said.
it. That's the history lesson.
That was amazing, Mike.
Can someone give me a chalkboard next time, please? So, and then I had one other one here, Stomp. I thought this was interesting. So Stomp, why don't you, can you describe what the head of the Old Man on the Mountain is like? Because you've gone up there and checked that out, right?
Currently, what it's like?
Yeah, just like what it's like to climb that.
Wait, did you go up there when it was still up there?
No, I have images in my head. I can still see it as if I'm a little kid. Rainy day up in the notch, driving north, and you could see the profile up there. It was absolutely amazing. But I have been up there several times post-collapse, and it's really amazing. So a lot of these crags and cliffs have climber trails, and there are a couple climber trails that are on the southern flank of Cannon Cliffs, and then there's one that actually comes off the Pemmy Trail. If you take exit 34B and park at the Old Man Historic Site on the tram side, you take the little slab steps up, go down maybe a tenth of a mile, and that's a climber's trail that goes right up to the Old Man. And currently, there are massive 15-foot turnbuckles. There are, if you're brave enough, you can peek over and see pool noodles that they use to keep the water out of the cracks of
No
the
kidding.
remaining pieces.
That's wild.
And this is the most amazing thing. Behind it, where the face was, there's actually an aqueduct. They built a 3-foot tall aqueduct that diverted rainwaters and melt away from where the face was down trail. It's a literally an aqueduct up there.
That's really cool.
It's amazing. Yeah. And beyond that, all the surrounding boulders are turnbuckled in as well, so that they tried to prevent other rocks from hitting lower. So the whole area is fascinating.
Just like imagining people going up there with duct tape and just like wrapping the entire cliff and be like, "This will work."
They did everything.
Like, basically, yeah.
I mean, everything. Caulking, pool noodles, aqueducts, and
Wow.
look what happened. They did their best.
Well, if you on Appalachia Journal 16, there was an article that
What year was-
a gentleman? It was like that was like 1925 or so. This
That's
guy
curious.
Frederick Kilbourne wrote an article. He did some historical research to look back at the earliest discovery of the Old Man on the Mountain. So it's kind of a like dumb luck type of thing, because there wasn't that many people that actually got over towards what is it, Echo Lake there. So basically, there wasn't a lot of people that
Profile
got
Lake.
in at that angle. So it wasn't obvious that it had ever been discovered before.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So there was in this article they talk about, there's a book. I forget the name of the book, but they had written about some claims. So there was like 3 people that had claimed discovery. The first one was this guy two people, Francis Whitcomb and Luke Brooks in 1805. This is from the Moses Sweetser guide. So Sweetser wrote his guide like late 1800s, so he must have gotten this from somebody. But Whitcomb and Brooks were workers on the Notch Road, so they worked at Profile Lake, basically building out the pass through the road at that point. Which is funny. I was reading another thing about that whole pass through Franconia Notch, and there was a point where they had to blow explosives to get through there. And the year that happened was the worst year of black bears in the area. So they came into towns all over the place and just terrorized the White Mountains because of that. But this was in 1805. That they had claimed that they were from Profile Lake. They were washing their faces, and then they had originally said that was the profile of Thomas Jefferson, who was the president at the time.
It's very specific.
So that's how they basically were like, oh my God, that's Thomas Jefferson. So the account's not really qualified. It's just sort of secondhand. The next claimant was in the early 1800s, Dr. William Prime. He was a Baptist minister who visited road workers while traveling through the Notch. He saw the profile through the trees and directed the workers' attention. So, this was another one that was passed through Franconia oral tradition. And then the last one was Nathaniel Hall, Reverend Guy Roberts, who had written a book about this whole history back in the early 1800s. He had claimed that Hall was hunting partridges one morning and looked up from near the lake and saw the profile and immediately brought others to check it out. And then eventually it did get broader recognition. There was a professor named Silman who wrote about it in the American Journal of Science and Arts in 1828. So that's really when the first recognition came. But later on, there was a lot of exploration into the setup over there. So Stomp, like you talked about, like basically they went up there in the early 1900s and realized that it was really precarious. There was 5 sections of rocks that made up the profile, and this guy from Quincy, I don't know, he went up there and basically they set up the early structure where they used all of this like drilling, and they used cables and different systems to basically pin everything back. And so like they knew by like 1915 they looked at this thing and they were like, this thing's cool, but it's gonna go. So the work that they did in like 1915 with this guy from Quincy, and he pulled in a lot of local experts within the Appalachian Mountain Club as well, they were able to really fix this thing. So there was a guy named Edward Geddes who was a granite engineer from Quincy. He visited the site in August of 1915, and they devised a solution where they used industrial stoneworking techniques, so metal anchors known as Lewis's. They used rods and pins and turnbuckles, and they basically physically secured all the unstable slab that they could find. They didn't rush this, but by the 1920s, they had sort of a working checklist to check up on the old man on the mountain and make sure that it didn't fall. So it lasted till 2003. So those guys did pretty good work from 1915 until 2003.
Amazing. That's a job, huh?
Yeah. So that's it. Those are the history things I have. I'm sorry I'm a little history nerd, but I like this stuff.
I'd like to add something to this, though, because before the European settlers, the Abenaki called it stone face or great stone face. And the tradition, this is really neat, it comes from a figure named Nice-Kizos, which is translated 2 moons. Nice-Kizos was a leader born during an eclipse. He waited faithfully for his lost love, sometimes named Tarlo, and eventually became part of the mountain, turning into the stone face that watches over the land. How cool is that?
That's really neat.
That's very impressive, Stomp.
AI.
AI?
AI.
Okay.
Never hallucinates or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I saw it in the summer 2002. I can remember seeing it, but it's not it was way cooler than the little plastic sort of things they have up now, but it's kind of amazing.
All right, that's all. We ran through the script. So does anybody have any questions? If anybody has any questions, they can come on up here and ask us.
Let's talk to some of the hikers. Let's
Yep.
see what some people are doing out there. Anybody interested?
Anybody get out hiking today?
Everybody's so shy.
Anybody want to talk about a hike today?
Come on up.
Yeah.
Come on up. Yeah, come on up. Yeah.
Welcome.
it's not
Lesson number one: speak into the microphone.
What's your name?
Karen Bud West.
Hey, Karen. Thanks for
Hi.
coming down.
We've met before.
Yeah.
You don't remember? You signed my cast a couple of years ago. Don't you remember that?
I sure
Reckless.
do. Yeah, that's awesome.
The cast is off, thankfully.
It's true. It's a true story.
What did you do to need a cast?
I hiked.
You got injured hiking?
No. Well, I tore my Achilles based on overuse of it because I was hiking, and we play pickleball. So we own the pickleball club up here too. So it was a combination of pickleball and hiking.
Really?
So, but today was my first hike back in 2 years, and we started at Artists and Bald, and it was great to be out there.
Well, congratulations. Like an Achilles is crazy. That's like a serious injury.
It took a long time.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what, like a nightmare injury on trail, right? Did it happen while you were hiking?
Well, what put it over was we did owls when I had a cortisone shot, and I thought I was feeling better.
Okay.
And we did Owl's Nest, Owl's Head, almost 2 years ago, and I remember almost crawling out of the bridge, coming out of Lincoln Woods.
That's tough.
But,
So you crawled out on your own?
no, I mean, yeah, we came down. I mean, it
just
was
say
like
that,
an overuse, so it was like a tear. I didn't completely tear it, but it was a tear that kept getting bigger. And I had a cortisone shot like 6 weeks before. I'm like, oh, it's better, it's stronger, and I'm working on the list. And when you have a list, you have to check off. And Owl's Head was what everyone's doing. So I'm like, okay, but we made it out and had surgery a couple months later, and that's it. So here we are.
Wow.
And how long have you been able to play pickleball for?
I still don't play pickleball.
Oh, you still don't?
Nope. No, we opened the club up here about a year ago in Lincoln. Not sure if you heard about it, but I want to finish my list before I get back to pickleball. I have priorities, so.
All right. And how popular is so my parents are in Florida, like it's very popular. Is it getting
it's
very
everywhere.
popular?
It's I have a lot of people here play pickleball. A lot of members. Yep, it's great. Yeah.
Is it indoor or outdoor?
It's indoor. We have 4 indoor courts.
Does the noise drive you guys crazy, or it fades into the background after a while?
Yeah, we play a lot of good music, right? We play music, and they're just used to it.
You are.
Yeah, I mean the outdoor. We were looking at some outdoor courts here, and there's condos all around, and there's no way we could put those courts outdoor.
Is there any plans to get like a big competitive? Like I feel like there used to be remember the tennis tournament that used to go on in like Cranmore, and that was like such a big deal. Like, is there any chance like a pickleball world championship can come here?
Here, we have tournaments. We're doing our mud season tournament.
You do.
May 5th. Yep, we're doing a locals tournament for all the local workers. Where all the bars and breweries. Woodstock actually sponsors us at some of our tournaments, and we get teams from all the local industry workers here, and they compete. We did our first one last year, which was great, so they asked us to bring us back this year, so we'll be doing that. I think that's May 5th. But, yeah, I don't know if we do World's Pickleball in Lincoln, New Hampshire.
I feel like we should have the Achilles versus the hip world championship.
Only one can leave the court.
I thought you were going to ask me to play. I'm like,
I'll play.
dude, I'm going to have a hip replacement.
I was on the tennis team in 9th grade for a year. It didn't work out, but I can still play.
This is great. Talking about pickleball on my favorite podcast for
hiking. Do you have any
hiking.
questions for us? Is there anything you've ever wanted to know?
From you guys, let's see. I would love you to come do a podcast at White Mountain Pickleball Club. That was something we were talking about.
We're booked up.
Come on.
Stop.
I'm just kidding. We have one to go to here, and what? When is it? September 26th.
See that?
Hopefully, it's not on that date.
What? Having you guys come?
Competition.
No, not on that date. Nope, not on that date.
All right. Well, maybe you can host us for like pickleball lessons first.
We would love to have you.
We'll see.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
anytime.
It seems very fast moving to me. I don't have very quick reflexes. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think.
a combination of tennis and ping pong.
Yes.
Yeah, it's addicting. I mean, people are there every day. They usually hike. We hike in the morning and then come play pickleball. Or in the winter, they ski in the morning and then they all come play pickleball.
Do any of you people work? What's going on here?
No. Yeah. I feel like I'm the only one that works up here.
Awesome.
Maybe
Anybody else want to try the beer box or
Canister.
Anybody canister? Anybody? There's patches in here. You get a free patch. Anybody? Oh. One per customer.
Excellent. So, well, I'm hopeful that your Achilles is going to feel better soon.
That's great.
So, thank you. You're very brave for coming up here,
What do you-
especially with Stomp.
Thank you for having me.
What do you have left on your list?
I have 10 left.
Okay.
So I have Washington and Monroe and Adams and Madison. I have the Carters. I have Carrigan. What else? Isolation.
Yeah, those are all good ones.
They're good
That's
ones.
it,
Yeah, I think Mariah will be my first 48 once. I have a plan. Every week
Okay.
we're going to do a little more.
Yeah, what's the recovery
Feels good.
process for that sort of look like?
The recovery from.
Yeah, or I should say, like moving gradually.
Yeah,
from moving.
I'm just going to do a little more every week and
Yeah.
make sure there's no pain
Awesome.
and keep going.
Awesome. Any
So-
ice?
Thank
Any
you.
ice or snow on Artist Bluff or Ball today
Nope.
at all? No.
No, it was a little muddy, but it was good. It was great to get out.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, I
pretty
love-
views. It's
I love
always a
Bald
good
Mountain.
one.
I feel like a lot of people just
It's-
go to Artist Bluff. And
Yeah,
then go to
they
Bald
go
Mountain.
up and down. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty crowded too. There were a lot of people coming up in their van sneakers and all that.
Did you keep the cast?
No, I did. Just your signature. I just checked your autograph. Yep. It's on my shelf with my 4th grade cast too.
Cool. Cool. All right. Cool.
All right. Well, I spotted a dog in the crowd. Can we get the dog up here, please? I want to interview the dog. Come on up. What's the dog's name? Inky. Come on up, Inky. Let's get Inky on the microphone.
Wow. What a beauty.
Oh, Inky is a beautiful, what's a black lab, right? Yeah, we're going to ask him. So Stomp is going to interpret for Inky. Okay. Will Inky go up on the chair?
I think so. Touch. Maybe not.
Okay, well, we'll
that's
see.
okay.
Inky's right. Oh, you are. So, Inky, we would like to know who's your favorite SLASR podcast co-host?
Stop.
Stop. So, does Inky hike?
Yeah, Inky and I.
Yeah, pull up.
did,
Get on the mic there.
My name's Andy.
Hey,
and
Andy.
This is Inky. And we did Wombeck this morning.
You did Wombeck. Is he working on his 4,000 footers?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
only 5 behind me, so I'm getting him caught up on my list, and then we'll finish together.
Is this your first hiking dog?
Yeah, he's my first dog ever.
Really? What have you learned so far?
I don't know, basic dog stuff. If you tire him out, he's really pleasant to be around. If he's full of energy, it's a constant battle, but he's a good companion. He's pretty mellow. The training keeps him pretty, engaged, and that helps to burn off the energy.
How far along is he
With
with the 4,000 footers?
I think he's at today would be 20 for him.
Oh, okay.
Wow, he's crushing it.
Yeah, we had a really good winter. Did a lot of hikes, and he did really well with them.
Are you planning for warmer weather, like protective measures for the paws and all that?
It's tough with him in the warmer weather for sure. Trying to get out like before sunrise, a lot of water breaks.
That's smart.
But yeah, above like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, he really struggles.
Yeah, it sounds like me.
So even if you like trim his coat and stuff, it just doesn't.
I don't think you're supposed
Or
to
you're not
trim a
supposed
lab's
to? Okay.
coat.
Okay.
I've never
Jeez,
heard.
Nick, what are you trying
I
to
don't
do?
know. I don't know.
Inky,
Hey,
Inky.
I'm a cat person.
No, it's a fair question. I've certainly thought about that. Like, could I do that? But I don't think you're supposed to do
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know what you can? He must like to swim, right?
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah. So you could just do maybe the Great Gulf and have him dip in the river.
Yeah,
or
if we can
something
go
like that.
places where he can just even dip his feet in some creeks.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
that goes a long way to help him.
All right. Well, he looks pretty chill right there. So you tired him out. That's good.
Any sort of like unforeseen challenges hiking with a dog for the first time and being your first dog?
All right, this is embarrassing, but normally I research my hikes really, really thoroughly, and I got invited on a big group hike with 10 people, which is about 9 more than I like to normally hike with. And so I just said, okay, I'm not going to over plan it. I'm just going to go along for the ride, and didn't even know what we were doing, and found out that we were doing the Huntington Ravine Trail.
Oh, goodness.
And it was a great day. It was a really beautiful day in October, but it was a little much for him. And it went well, but I would never do that again.
Yeah.
That was a lot for a dog.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Any moments where the dog froze up?
No, he did great. There were moments I was pushing him up, like, by the rump, and a couple fellow hikers did help at times. Thank you very much. Pull him in a few places, but he did really well. And but that was a little bit much for him. Overall, though, he does really well on the trail.
How much food does he eat while you're hiking? Do you bring a good bit? Or?
Yeah, I bring enough for 24 hours just in
Okay,
case,
okay.
And I kind of like if I'm stopping to drink or eat, I feel like he probably is hungry or thirsty too, and I'll at least offer it to him.
That's cool. So is this the thing now? It's like if we get somebody on the mic, they get a free patch
No, just that's for Inky.
incentive.
No, just of your dog.
That's just for Inky.
That's for Inky, not for you, apparently.
All right, well. I like Inky slightly more than Jay right now, so.
Well, thank you for having me out.
Yeah, safe trails.
Thank you.
I want to talk to you. Can you sit up here for a second? Yeah, we need a shirt plug.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody knows, but we do have T-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. So what do you think about your shirt?
I love it. I think when you first brought them out, I bought one right away.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't
Mrs.
resist.
Mrs.
We
Stomp
live in
picked the
Rhode
colors.
Island, and I try to wear it as often as I can, just to like see if anybody will recognize it and be like, "I'm a hiker too," or haven't had anyone yet.
What's your name?
How?
That's a shame.
Oh, my name's Megan.
Megan, nice to meet you.
Go
Thank
walk
you.
around Scituate, Rhode Island. That's where my family is.
Okay.
They'll know. They have.
There we go.
or
Or
Cumberland.
Cranston, you said too, right?
Well, they
Cumberland,
live in
yeah.
Scituate now.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got my mom's still in Cumberland, so.
Yeah, I know several people who do hike up here, and I plug you all the time because I'm like, do you listen to the
Thank you.
podcast? Come
Yeah.
on.
Are you
But-
familiar with Diamond Hill at all?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do laps up and down there,
Yeah,
right?
I've done
yeah.
that. Yeah, it's,
yeah.
it's a challenge. It's a good workout. You do
Yeah,
it.
I actually, the first time you talked about it, I looked it up
Okay.
because I'm like, where can I do that? Like, how
Yep.
close is that? But still, I mean, it's Rhode Island, so it's like 45 minutes away. And
Yeah.
from me, we're like southern Rhode Island. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
it's a bit of a hike. You don't go far in Rhode Island unless you're coming up to New Hampshire.
You got to travel
so.
if you want a 400-foot hill
Yeah.
in Rhode Island.
Yeah,
They're not everywhere.
That's fact. Yep.
Any questions you want to ask Stomp? Is there anything you've ever been curious to know about him?
So you said you had 2 rollovers this season. Was that you?
No,
Or that
no.
was in your group, your
In
guided
the,
groups?
Yeah, one of the guests.
Okay.
A couple of the guests. It was a weird season. It's like we would show up in the morning. Without even being on the forecast, there'd be 18 inches of powdery, fluffy powder. It was unbelievable. So powder sucks people into the sides if they're not careful. So there was a couple little tilts that people just, they were too far right and they got sucked in. But there was one really interesting one. Later in the season, up by the Omni coming towards the sun, later in the afternoon, there's this slight little, they call it a chicane or, a slight little curve. They were coming up and they got blinded by the sun and then just tipped over. Low speed, but it was just one of those freaky things like, oh, wow. It's wild. But yeah, no injuries, knock on wood.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Do you snowmobile?
I do not. I grew up in North Dakota, and there's a lot of barbed wire fences. And so when my mom was young, she knew someone who had a terrible accident because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So she never allowed me to do that growing up, and I've always been a little terrified. So
Oh, the best way to do it
I just
is
know
with a
I
guide.
see all the paths up here all the time, and I'm like, it looks awesome, but I just haven't gotten over that hump. But I find it very interesting.
It's
and
a lot of fun.
The speed would be a lot of fun. So
Stomp, I have a fun fact about
Okay.
North Dakota.
Okay.
So when I was a kid, my father, I don't know if he had a midlife crisis or what the story was, but he decided he was going to buy property in South Dakota. So by Big Stone Lake, it's on the Minnesota border. I don't know if you know. It's in Mitchell, I think. Mitchell,
No.
South Dakota. Anyway, there's a
It's a
town out
common
there.
thing that people
My
do.
last name is McLaughlin, but there's a town in North Dakota right over the border that's McLaughlin,
Oh.
North Dakota. And I've been there.
okay,
And it's just like a military fort.
do you know John
John McLaughlin?
John Dakota.
Johnson?
Johnson?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but there's a McLaughlin, North Dakota, so
Gotcha.
which is cool. You've never heard of it?
I have not. I'm
All right,
sorry.
I'll send you the details
Okay,
about it. So,
okay.
yeah. It's a military fort. So,
I believe you.
okay.
Okay.
North Dakota's a lovely place.
It's
It's very
wonderful.
flat, though.
It's so flat.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So, how did you end up in New England from
Oh,
North
good
Dakota?
grief. It's like by way of many other states.
It was a
but
guy, wasn't it?
Absolutely. But I love it here. So,
Awesome.
yeah, we're very lucky.
Well, thanks
New
for
England.
buying the swag.
Yeah, I absolutely recommend it. I've had this for 2 years and I wear it all the time. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, love it. I did cut it because I'm a shirt cutter. So it doesn't actually look like this, but I cut all the bottoms off my shirts. So
We could talk to Bonfire and see if they can get us.
I was just trying to, be a little trendy. I
Yes.
don't know, so sorry. Sorry, I cut it.
approve.
I do love it though.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
And there are a bunch of stickers up here, some new ones, and Forrest has a bunch, and a whole bunch of patches are on the way. I think you've got something cooking, right, Nick, for
Yeah, we
patch
should
orders?
have patches soon. They were in China yesterday,
help
so they're not
yourselves.
going to be here today. But
Plenty of stickers.
Yeah, we'll have them soon. Patches, if I know a lot of people reached out to me, but if you send us your address, we'll get them to you as soon as I get them. So just message us, preferably on Instagram, because that's the one that I usually pay attention to, and I'll be trying to ship them out.
And
so
all the
they're nice
proceeds,
patches.
all the proceeds go to Mike's dental work.
Yeah, that's next.
Do you remember
My
that?
teeth are fantastic.
Do you remember that episode you went through with your dental?
That was my gum grafting.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. The gum grafting was a nut. Don't ever get gum grafting. Like whatever. Just let your teeth fall out. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. So
anyway. We're running out of stuff to talk about.
Can we go right, please, and go to Woodstock?
Yeah, let's do that. So thanks for coming out, and thank you, Mountain Wanderer and Randy, Woodstock, everybody. It's been fantastic, and we'll be planning the Full Conditions show for November really soon.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate everybody's support, and
thank you, Inky. You're my boy.
Thank you, Inky.
Make sure you keep an eye on him. Mike might try to lure him away.
Isn't this riveting?
Does everybody know where Woodstock Station Brewery is?
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the show, you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, YouTube, or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you want to learn more about the topics covered in today's show, please check out the show notes and safety information at slasherpodcast.com. That's SLASR podcast.com. You can also follow the show on Facebook and Instagram. We hope you'll join us next week for another great show. Until then, on behalf of Mike and Stomp, get out there and crush some mega peaks.
Now covered in scratches, blisters, and bug bites, Chris Staff wanted to complete his most challenging day hike ever.
Fish and Game officers say the hiker from Florida activated an emergency beacon yesterday morning. He was hiking along the Appalachian Trail when the weather started to get worse. Officials say the snow was piled up to 3 feet in some spots, and there was a wind chill of -1 degree.
And there's 3 words to describe this race. Do we all know what they are?
Lieutenant James Nealon, New Hampshire Fish and Game. Lieutenant, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
What are some of the most common mistakes you see people make when they're heading out on the trails to hike here in New Hampshire?
It seems to me the most common is being unprepared. And I think if they just simply visited hikesafe.com and got a list of the 10 essential items and had those in their packs, they probably would have no need to ever call us at all.